And good morning and welcome back to the Central Coast Regional Sporting and Recreational Complex for finals day for the 2023 Junior Regionals. Sydney Rebels in the Royal Blue taking on the Sydney METS in the navy, grey and white. And joining commentary this morning here with touch football legend Gab Rose. Gab, good morning.
Morning. Great day for it.
And we're here with the METS running right to left on your screen. Looking to attack. And they go forward and they use Sadir in the middle and they look for Jakarta. They go long and he can't hold on to it. It's Samuel Kopp out there on the wing. And the dew early looks like it's going to play some havoc, Gab.
Yeah, it's going to be hard with those long balls for the wingers to take them because we had a fair bit of rain overnight, but perfect conditions this morning.
Yeah, it's surprising. The Bureau, I won't blame the Bureau, but the forecast of 60 mil, fingers crossed I don't put the mock on it too, for the guys up here from Bar TV. They're hoping for it to stay like it is now as well, so I'm sure all the participants are as well. But as you said, Gab, yeah, 15 to 20 mil overnight and the field's still in really good nick.
Yeah, the Rebels won't be happy with that opening set there. They didn't get out of their half, so it's given the Mets a good opportunity here to attack the line.
And as you mentioned, the ball control, it's going to be a key here, the early games at any tournament when there's the dew, and despite the rain overnight, it's still quite wet out there. And they get the penalty early, the Mets with a chance to strike with Jakarta working with Lagos. And Jakarta there, looking to go middle. And they go the sweep play, and he's running Kanan, and the big dive.
That's
he calls
try.
him off. No, he doesn't. There's a touch. Touch is called. That was tight.
Yeah, that was close, one of those 50-50 calls, but I think Caden Thompson has made the touch before the ball was put down.
No, sweet play. Long pass out. Good defence by the winger, Tommy Powell. It's a great chase. And they'll go working through Sadir, and Sadir plays it. He steps off the left. He wants that left to right, and he's got it here. Powell, is he to the touch? That's a great touch. That's outstanding touch. Sadir with a long pass. You could tell that he was favouring that and wanted it on the sweep there. And Tommy Powell, some awesome wing defence.
Yeah, he's fast and strong, Tom Powell, so it'll be tough for them to get around him out there.
As the Rebels now, as Gav alluded to, they'll be looking for a much better set, and here they are. They've ticked the first box. They're up over halfway, and there's Todd Bonsaler going forward, and there's Thompson. He plays it. Ball's picked up, and they've gone slow, but they've had the sweeper on Leicester. Good answer. It's hit the referee. Oh, referee.
That's a shame there, because I think the winger Zane Pisani was going to score.
Oh, it was outstanding play. It was really slow, the Rebels going into that attacking set, but Leicester come over and with that little bit of acceleration created the numbers, and he gave it to Cooper, and Cooper gave it to the referee, and the referee didn't want to catch it and score it for him.
Yeah, that was their Darren Point combination from a successful Junior State Cup. Thompson to Leicester to Cooper to Pisani. And it looked like it was going to be a try.
And the Rebels hold on, and referee Cooper's given a penalty for offside well after the fact. And the Mets, another opportunity to attack. And there's Tibbety, and Tibbety gets it back. Mets looking like they're trying to favour the left to right here.
Yeah, they sure are. And getting some good distance on those dives. But at this point, the Rebels' defence is up to the challenge.
As Matter plays it from Western Suburbs, and they go at the back with a passive. Oh, and the wingers. They're absolutely flying here, the Sydney Rebels wingers.
Yeah, great defence from Zane Pisani, one of the boys in the team that's underage. So he'll be back around next year in this division as well.
And there's Leicester in those orange boots. You need a little bit of speed to be repping boots like that, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could wear those boots.
I definitely not. I'm into the ASIC gels, the lethals, the career extenders, as we call them, and I like the joggers with some spikes. Or they kill it out. There's Pisani, looks to stand him up, but not a great set, but at least they're over halfway, the Rebels, and they'll turn and look to put some pressure on the Mets drive here. And Sadir goes right out. He's still got a bit of space, and Sadir gets up over the 10. And well, within the half, they'll get an opportunity here too. And the penalty will help as well with a chance to throw some statics, but as we mentioned, the dewy conditions make it hard to attack, and they'll run into it. There's Cousteau, and no one there. It's the Cousteau brothers there working, and he's just dropped that cold. And referee Cooper all over that one.
They'll be unhappy with that because that was a golden opportunity there to have 6 touches on the line. So sure the Mets coaching staff will want better from them than that.
Yeah, there's an opportunity there. Sadir got him up over the 10, and the Rebels, here's Barlow. You can see those locks from anywhere. Jordan Barlow.
Yeah, there's a few with the mullets. Here's another one in Caden Thompson as he goes through.
He stands up. Cousteau gives it out. Pisani.
Great put
He
down.
was denied by the ref on the last one. He won't be denied now. The Rebels. Young Pisani, Zane Pisani, puts the Rebels in front. It was pure speed by Caden Thompson.
Well done, Caden Thompson. His mother, Belinda, is a good friend of mine, and she would say she gave him that speed, but I think it came from Brian, the father. Well done, Cato.
He just looked at Cousteau, and we mentioned the acceleration before by Lester, and Thompson did exactly that on that play, went straight past him, and as mentioned, he was denied before the opportunity, Pisani, but he finishes there, the youngster, and they'll get a chance to attack here. Jakarta gives it back. He's working with Lagos, and Jakarta, he steps and dives, and the Rebels are there. Referee
he's ruling a
Goodwin
try.
Says play on. Probably a touch unlucky there, but it's a crucial thing. Getting that, we spoke yesterday in commentary about the dump right on the 7, makes it impossible. The teams now, I think the tactic is to try and get well outside the 7 for the touch, because then you obviously have that, referee discretion on how far you go back. But once you're on that 7, it's just a line, and you see a result like that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a foot race, and the way the kids can dive these days, it's always going to favour the attackers. Perfect hit back by the Mets and their coaches, Paddy Patisse, Andrew Phillips, and Jeff Thornham will be super happy with that reply.
As Lester picks up, he looks for the trail. He goes outside to Earth. I'll play it. Lester will pick it up. He gives it to Barlow, and Barlow looks, and they just throw it out wide, and Thompson there, he needs the ball early if his speed's going to be a factor, and the Mets defence all over him on that occasion.
They actually lost some metres on the last play, so it's given the Mets a good opportunity to get deep into the Rebels' half.
It's a good drive by McIntyre down this left-hand side on the wing, and they'll sweep on hard. There's Brown, plays it McIntyre at half, gives it away to Matter. Matter working with Sadir here, and Sadir will look the sweep. I think I want to throw left to right. No, he won't. He'll change it up. Can he go right to left here? Referee says no. 6 touch. Seemed like a quick set,
that
one.
It did seem like a quick set.
But the Rebels will take that opportunity regardless of how many touches. So they'll get up over the 10 here as they head towards halfway, and good pressing defence by the Mets. But the Rebels here looking for the fly, and they don't go there. They go down instead. And the ball's picked up, and still, whilst obviously every attacking team wants to get down near the line, that's still a good set from the Rebels. Yeah,
that was a good set, but it was also good defence by the Mets. I think it was number 12 on that occasion, Luke Taberti. He got up in the face, so didn't allow them to transition on with any type of flow.
And the Mets in the defence starting to put a bit of pressure. I think the Rebels have realised that, and they're starting to lift a little bit of intensity there. And both teams in the top 4 currently, so it's a top 4 showdown here.
Yeah, and it's shaping up as such with 1-1 at the moment.
And they've got space. Cousteau over the top. The big dive, but I think the touch is made. Cooper Deegan dives, and I think the touch was made. They'll claim it, the Mets. They're running back to halfway. They're cheering. It looks more and more like they're going to give it.
Sure does.
And they are. We're a long way away up here. The referees are in good position. And it's Cruz Frangia with the try. Cousteau with the basketball. Apologies to the Cousteau boys. I'm not sure which one actually threw the pass, and they both look very similar there in the middle for
they sure
the
do.
Mets. So I don't want to give one credit, but you guys can watch it back and know deep down that it was you that threw the pass.
Yeah, you can have bragging rights, brothers.
We'll see if the other one can contribute here a little bit later on, as the Rebels now with Thompson moving forward, and they want the passive do they there. They go short through Lester to Thompson, and still a chance here, and there's Lester and Thompson, and Lester gets a quickie. He takes Cousteau. They've got space and 6 to go. Referee says penalty
And
anyway.
a penalty, yep. He had to do that, the link there for the Mets on that occasion, Brian Nader, because they were on a 3-on-2 situation.
That speed, when they got the quickie, he just created that. He sort of got past Cousteau's outside, and as you said, Gabby, that link had to make a decision because if he stood still, I think Lester and Thompson, they're going to win a foot race most times, and they go short. Barlow holds it, which is good.
They need to try and get some phase play, the Rebels, I think. So they're creating an opportunity, but they're kind of running through the touch, which then gives Mets time to settle.
As Lester picks it up, and he needs Todd Bonsaler to be alive there, and he sort of gave up on the play, I feel, Riley, Todd Bonsaler on that occasion. And Lester, once they got in good shape and good position, he was left with no option but to step back. And there's the Cousteau boys moving to halfway. And there's Sadir. He's been awesome early. Gives it back to McIntyre, and McIntyre gets it well over halfway. And they'll drive in. They'll get an opportunity for the strike dump. Here's Lagos. Lagos here in Jakarta. Jakarta steps up on Sailor. He switches back. There's space. Oh, they're in. That champagne touch from the Mets. On the back of the drive, they created space. And it's Menos Lagos with the try.
Yeah, that was a really good try there. And they just played eyes up footy. And we love seeing that and a great try there.
Just the difference in defence in the last probably 5 minutes here where Rebels in this middle third are rolling, whereas the Mets are pushing off and really getting a stop on the Rebels' drive, and that's been the difference, I think, and shift in momentum so far.
Yeah, the rolling back, just giving easy meters. We saw that yesterday in a few of the 18 boys games, and by the back end of the game, it just caused too much fatigue.
As get a chance to hit back here with Earth, and Todd Bonsaler is pointing. Earth will play it. Bonsaler picks it up. He looks Earth and he gives it, and not a lot thrown at in that set. I think Brad Larg would be disappointed with that attacking set from the Rebels.
That was easy defensive pickings. That looked forward there, but it's been called play on.
And that was even more forward. The referee pulls it up.
Well,
he said ball down, I think, and Sadir's running off. I think he might have saw a special at the canteen. I think he's
he's been impressive, hasn't he?
He has.
Number 7 for the Mets.
He's been in everything, created the space earlier for some opportunities, and he's got the stands out with the longer white socks.
Yeah.
A lot of the kids these days wearing those lower cut socks or no socks at all. So opportunity to hit back here for the Rebels and looking to work with Cooper. And Cooper will pick it up and he gives it away to Berry. And Berry yesterday got a hat-trick on the stadium, and they stand up. There's Thompson, and Thompson will stand and dance. He gives it back to Berry, and he's been very quiet here. Cooper will play it. Cooper goes back for the counties play. So Cooper's got space. He fires long to no avail.
Yeah, space, and with those long levers, he's got a good dive as well because he can go a fair distance. He's been doing a fair bit of training, working on his strength and fitness lately, Elijah Cooper. So hopefully we see that at the back end of the game come to fruition.
As the Mets now with a good set. Up over halfway there on the Junior Regionals logo. There's Matter coming on. He gets it down for Tibbety, and Tibbety gives it the space. He dummies. He's a little late on there, the winger late on here in transition.
He could nearly gone himself.
Yeah,
I thought there, Brown. It was unselfish play, but maybe the winger was a bit closer than I thought from this angle. And Tom Powell is fast, so he's hard to get round.
It's very unselfish play, as you mentioned, and the Rebels get the stop. That looked forward as well and potentially off the mark, but the referees continue this.
This is great defence.
This is outstanding. They're going with the ABC or 135 or odds and evens or whatever it's called. Take your pick.
Yeah.
That's what the Mets have reverted to there, and they've got to stop on the Rebels here with a perfect chance to attack and extend the lead here.
Yeah, again, that was number 12, Luke Taberti, leading them forward in defence. Now they've got an attack right on the line here.
As Matter looks to stand him up and gets a penalty. I think it's Todd Bonsaler there.
Yeah, not moving up, I think, was the call on that occasion.
Spot on, I think, Gab. And there's Tibbety, and he deserves a reward for the defence. And I think he's got it. There it is. If ever you've seen a reward for a defensive effort, that's it right there.
Yeah, that was it. As we said, great defence, and he's turned that defence into points. Takes the lead out to 3-1.
The big dive there, and the coaching staff are all high fives and smiles here in the Mets box. And the Rebels here, they were very classy in the win yesterday against the Raiders. here on the stadium. And Berry, who he got a hat-trick and he was in everything and hasn't really been used. They ran that play yesterday and they've got the space, a big dive, the wingers missed, they hit back. Earth scores. And just like that, it's 3-2 and this ball game is far from over.
Yep, and on that occasion we saw the good footwork of Oliver Lester. Just skipped outside his play. There didn't look to be much happening, but his speed and great footwork created something from nothing on that occasion.
Yes, Ollie Lester got some speed on him with Thompson, and that's a part of the modern game, isn't it, Gab? The footwork and the speed, and it's one of the most important ingredients into being a successful middle or link these days.
Sure is.
You need a little bit of speed,
speed
something I definitely don't have.
No, luckily we're not playing currently.
I think everyone's
well, I'll
happy
speak
I'm
for
not.
myself, not for you.
No, I'm a little intermission for myself. Long pass out. The chase is there. The big dummy back inside. Frangier gets a second. And this could be a case of tit for tat here.
Yeah, 4-2. And young Cruz Frangier, he's been recently picked in the 2023 New South Wales CCC team. He's a really good winger there and has great communication and talk.
Well, he had the time there to catch, look, dummy back, and even go himself there where there was Cooper Starr on the chase out. It was a good long pass from the middle to get it there, and 4-2, the lead extended, but the Rebels looking to hit back, and a little pop play for Bonsai. There's Berry, the man. Berry scored. Oh, I called it.
Yeah,
get him on the field. He loves the stadium, Berry.
And again, that just opened up, didn't it?
It did. The boys working in the middle there, I think it was Bonsala got the really good dump. There was a little pop play. I think it was Deegan popped it off to Bonsala in a real narrow gap. And that sort of just enclosed the defence. And then Berry with the speed was able to sweep around and then kick out and step back.
Yeah, nice little footwork there, Shane. That's why he scored plenty of meat pies to date.
That's the one. And it was a good little step. Good dive as well. The arms are reached and we're back to 4-3. It's Sadir looking long. He goes long, and I think that's forward. Referee Graham Goodwin, he doesn't miss those.
No, they've tried that play a lot, and it has had success, but on that occasion, ball came forward out of the hands by Jet Sadir.
As you said, I think he delivered the one before to Frangier, and there's Barlow, and there's the man Tibbety leading the way in defence. He's been outstanding, and I think there's a lesson for everyone. You've got to want the ball, or at least want to be looking for the ball when you're heading to the box.
Yeah, I think Rebels have got to improve their ability to get off their own line and to the box in their attacking sets, because they're just giving too much possession back to the Mets on their line.
I think Cooper on that occasion was more worried about getting off and getting a breather and Sadir! He's got speed, he's got there. He's just hit that at 1,000,000 miles an hour, Jet Sadir. And he deserves it as well. And one of the standouts here for the Mets.
He sure has, and he just runs hard. I think in touch or rugby league on that occasion, nobody would have stopped him.
He just run that little step just to change his line from probably the outside shoulder to the inside shoulder, causing the Rebels man on the outside, the Rebels link. The middle was a little bit slow. The link turned in and the ball was down by the time, just with pure speed, Jet Sadir.
Yeah.
And they've got the penalty, and we are going tit for tat here, and the lead's 2. The Mets in the navy, white and grey. Pushing up off the line. There's the Cousteau boys are in the middle, and they got space. Berry dives again. Is the touch made?
That looked like a replica of the play we just saw a couple of minutes ago.
Brian Nader there on that occasion, shutting down Berry's hopes of getting a second. They run the Rooster play. Front, that's a great line, and Frangier's missed him. Oh, they've called forward. I thought that was a fantastic play.
It was a great line there. I thought that was a try as well, but referees saw differently.
They're very unlucky, the Rebels. That was perfect. Frangier on the wing was a little loose, and the arm was put out, but he wasn't able to get there. And unfortunately for the Rebels, they called it back forward, and the Mets now up over halfway on last, and an opportunity just to stop the defence, and they do. Referee Cooper. And Taj Jelassic not happy with someone there.
No, he wasn't happy with that.
Throwing hands, and Berry at half, and This is an important part for the Rebels over the next couple of minutes here. He's getting down the other end of the field, getting on the line, and there's Barlow. Those locks won't slow him down.
No.
Look for a little fly play, and Lester, he just cruises. He absolutely cruises, Ollie Lester. And
yeah,
last,
he trains hard, Ollie Lester, so it's and it definitely shows in his play. He's a hard worker and obviously dangerous on his feet.
He just looks like there's obviously plenty of hard work that goes into it, but he just looks like a natural athlete, Ollie Lester. He got that ball and literally just glided across the field. There was no effort whatsoever. And
no, youngest of 3 brothers, so there's been plenty of football, touch, whatever sport you like in their backyard over the last 15, 16 years.
oh, they'll be living the dream, the 3 boys, and Sadir.
Bit of friendly fire there. I'd say those 2 are mates.
Bit of fun on the field. That's what it's all about until the sheep stations start. But the Rebels here on transition, this will be something I dare say Larg and Truman will be addressing with the boys. If they get an opportunity to watch this back, is that drive they've just taken the punch. I think they've sort of been a little bit, there's a little bit of fear after the METS started charging off the line and put that pressure on. Their drives just sort of turned a little bit and they've just struggled to really gain the momentum.
Yeah, you're exactly right on the money there. Again, it's because of the great defence by the METS pushing up, and Rebels have had to adjust their play, but they just haven't quite got it right at this point.
No.
Great drive.
Get up over halfway. That was fantastic from Canaan and a lot of Western Suburbs. There's Western Suburbs and Penrith, and then the Cousteau boys from Parramatta, and McIntyre for Balmain making up the METS team here. And Sadir, he's got it. Fantastic play, Berry. Berry was loose, and Sadir, he wanted that flick pass a couple of minutes ago. He's got to do it now. And METS extend their lead with a classy little boy play.
Yeah, and that just opened up like the heads there. We could see from up here what was happening, but it was just happening all too fast for the Rebels middles on that occasion.
Yeah, caught flat-footed young Berry there in the middle, but very well executed play. I think that'll be something that I'll use that as a bit of a pet play over the weekend, for the rest of the weekend, the rest of today, even finals day here. Live New South Wales Touch Football Facebook page and YouTube. And there's Lester, the bounce play, and the middle from METS was offside, but the link pushes up and makes the touch. And there's Thompson, and he can't do much with that, but settle it to the winger. Barlow gets off the line to make the touch, and there's Tibbety. They'll give it away, and there's Matter up near halfway. Tibbety gives it off, and they dish it back. Good interchanging of passing here, and there's Jelassic now, and looking for that strike dump, and the speed's there from Tibbety, and the Rebels in slow-mo, the defence, and Starr makes a touch. Good defence by Cooper Starr. And
yeah, he's another young one in this team.
Looks like he's got the
dreadlocks happening.
Dreadlocks, yeah, bringing it back, in the long pass out. Cooper Starr couldn't get there. Samuel Kopp.
It's got away from him, the Rebels, this game. And I think it might be 7-3.
7-3 it is. The beneficiary there is Samuel Kopp, the long pass. And, yeah, they looked, very early on, they looked left to right heavy. Sadir and another one of the METS boys are looking to run the platforms and throw left to right. But the last 3 tries, I think, have all been right to left.
Showing us they can do it both ways.
The boy play. So, dangerous aspect when you've got multiple players that can throw. And it's one thing in the 16s boys that the execution's been good all bar about one. They run that same play. Berry's going to score it. No, he's not. They look like the shape of that. They look like he was going to cruise over in Cousteau. Some fantastic defence.
Yeah, some great lateral movement on that occasion.
And Berry will work with Todd Bonsaler, and they go that was to play out the back, and good hands there from Todd Bonsaler. They give it back. There's Deegan with the ball. Deegan will get it there. Berry runs a play. They go out ball. There's space, and he dives. At the touch, it's Finn Cousteau there with the touch, and it's Logan Braddock. Couldn't score on that occasion. They play it there. Out ball. Todd Bonsaler. He's got space.
I think he's in, is he? He's called him off.
I think I'm with you there. I think they have called him off. No. They're calling touch, and
they're liking that out ball, which I don't mind, because then you give an option to go back in and try and split the middles in the defence.
it's creating the space. I think even on that occasion, I had the 3-on-2, but that occasion, some very good defence, and he shot up, and it's the same thing there. You might have seen on the screen, young Pisani's got plenty of real estate. He almost built a house out here.
Yeah, they conditioned them passing, tried to go themselves past the link hole, but then they probably on that occasion should have passed to Pisani. He definitely would have scored a try.
And that's the siren in the background. You may have heard it. There it is. And the City Mets, too good in this one, Gab.
Yeah, they sure were, and I think they might have been second and fourth maybe coming into that game, but I'm going to say the defensive structure and the intensity from the Mets really gave them the win there. Yeah,
definitely setting him up for a fantastic finals day. So we'll take a short break and join you back here very shortly here at the Central Coast Regional Sporting and Recreation Complex.